Hello, this is Forrest from Sevierville, Tennessee. Couple of videos. Want to do a few videos here about my solar array that I put in on the house finally. This time last year, Christmas Eve, we had a bad snow, froze, shut everything down. I decided to get solar because the power was out for 2 days. It is January 2nd, 2022. Or January 4th, I'm sorry. This started on the 2nd. 2022, and I have no power. It's been out since 5 a.m. yesterday. It's been raining for a week. We had really warm weather, and then overnight it froze, and we had about 6 inches of snow. So I want to do a little video. Here's what it looks like outside. This is a day after the snow. Top of my truck there. Everything was buried. It was actually a pretty good snow. On that note, my house has no power for 2 days. I'm going to cover all that in a different video. But let me just talk about what I got. First of all, the panels, whatever else. I paid $33,000 for this system. It has not been up and running actually since I bought it the way it's supposed to be. The guys who are working with me are great. They have tried to help me. It's just been an insane process due to COVID, not being able to get the battery replacement and whatever else. That said, I've been a little disappointed in the system overall. The ones who originally sold me this system, I guess they were marketers for this company. They've kind of disappeared, they said. They don't talk to them anymore. But they wrote me up a quote here and just... So it was a 5 kilowatt system, LG 10 kilowatt backup battery, solar edge inverter, and a Sense smart meter, just something they offered with it. I don't have that anyways, so I don't care about that. That's really not even necessary because you have the Solar Edge app that tells you enough. You don't need any more information. But this, I think, is what I actually ended up getting. 22 Trina solar panels, because I upsized from the 5 kilowatt system to I think 6.5. Gosh, I tell you, I forget things fast. But anyway, so same inverter because they didn't need to go up on that. So, and anyways, that's the address and whatever else. So this is their power rating. That's what they're going to say. 6.9. Yeah, so it's almost 7 kilowatts. So, and their little estimated usage and stuff. And with the backup battery, all that would have been great. Like I said, I paid $33,000. I did bargain a little bit. They went down on the price a little bit or whatever. So just the basic paperwork, just the stuff they write up for you. On this one, I kind of want to talk about the financing a little bit. Tax credit. I'm supposed to get somewhere around $9,000 something back for a tax credit. But I've been paying on this quickly. And I knew that was going to need to be done. I've already paid over $2,000 in interest, and I've paid a greater than half of it off. They give you one refinance option, with their boutique financing, as they call it. This is the original array they suggested on my roof. Obviously, it was never going to go like that. So I have a square module this way with like half the panels. I have 3 panels in the middle, and then on this side I have another square set up. I mean, without going up there and showing you, I actually had to get up on the roof and scrape them off the other day. So, because this snow was not going to melt them off. They're producing right now, but they're grid tied, and when it's grid tied, it doesn't work when the power is out. That's supposed to be the backup battery. That's its job. This thing's been gone for a year. They finally put it back on the wall about a year later. They finally replaced it. And now I'm supposed to have this backup panel that works. But as of now, it's showing overload and it's still not working. So I've been without power since 5 a.m. yesterday. I've been without power completely. It's very frustrating. I cannot even explain all the systems things that are happening, but he said it's overloading right now. That's what they're showing. They're on the phone with it. The guys are always responsive. They answer the phone calls and they try to help me, but it doesn't make any difference when nothing in the house works. So it's freezing. My fish haven't died yet, amazingly. I've lost all my original fish the last couple of years with the same situation. So all these African cichlids seem to be doing okay, but they will die if it stays off any longer. So I want to talk about that boutique financing a little bit. So it's Service Finance Company. I'd have to show you on the phone I'm actually using. But I have 5.99% interest rate. And I kind of was aware of it, but I didn't really get the full information on that. But there's a per diem interest rate of 2.99%. I'll try to show you this from the ladder here. I kind of have it hooked up. This was my configuration to get to the roof yesterday. About died, but hey, we got up there. I don't have any of my ladders here. They're all at another house right now. But so yeah, it's frozen to the house. So the per diem interest rate of 2.99% is a daily interest, which I was not 100% aware of. So every day they're going to charge you that no matter what. So even though I've paid $16,000 off on the system already, my goal was to pay this stupid thing off. It'd definitely make more sense just to save some cash up. Possibly do this stuff yourself if you had an option. So, but here's my setup. Here's the array. As you see, there's a few in the middle and on the other side. It's a good looking system, honestly. I just have not been able to get it to work the way it should work. So, wanted to get up a little higher and show you this, but I have some video of the solar system on another phone. But anyways, so they're charging me $3 a day basically no matter what. If the $165 payment, which is what my payment actually is, $165, none of that goes towards the loan, not even a penny of it. They say all of that goes directly, because they charge you total interest also on the full $33,000. The 6% they charge you on the $33,000 the full amount of time until they refinance this. So anyways, they really are jacking up the interest. They're killing you on that interest. So even though I've hit it super hard in less than a year, I've paid over $2,000 something in interest. So if you drag that out, you're never going to make money on this system. I mean, you know, it'll never pay. There's no way you're going to save money on electric or anything else. So that's just that inside information. I'm sure you know that. You've heard it. Everybody says it. So pay the shit off. But aside from that, what was I going to say? Electricity-wise, during the summer, it's killing it. It really is. It's killing it. The 7 kilowatts is enough to fill up this battery in just a little bit of time. On on nice sunny days, it fills up the battery in no time. Charge my car, everything else. A lot of that energy is just exporting off back to the grid. You're just giving it away. But I mean, to pay for the buyback program doesn't make any sense. There's money involved, and it's only good for a little bit of time, because a lot of times you're not going to be overproducing that much. So I wouldn't suggest trying to get set up with the buyback program. I would just suggest a bigger battery. In fact, I'm going to get a bigger battery, because this one, even though I like it, it doesn't run the house all night. It doesn't do a lot of good for backup. If it's going to be using anything during the day, it doesn't do anything for backup. I have a severe weather guard part on it that you can turn on so that it charges off grid just in case of an outage like this. And that way you can use it just for the main items you need, and not for everything in the house like it tends to do, because most of the time it just uses all the energy in it for whatever, so you're not wasting that power. But anyways, that's just a little bit of information on that part of it. So the idea is great. The execution has not been so great yet. But this can come off right here. This is a heavy battery. This thing is super heavy. So they hanging it on this drywall on a couple of boards, but it's fastened into the wall on 4 big bolts. But it's super heavy. It looks clean right here. We've set it up like this. I mean, they came in and kind of decided how they're going to do it, with the inverter. That's the brain or whatever. The shutdown system, I've had to reset it a few times. You have to open this little box here. There's a couple of flips on the side of it here to open this thing. I don't know the process, you'd look it up, but you flip that off, flip this off, go outside. There's two shut off mains here on both sides of this pole. There's the one with the label right here on this side, that's for the panels. There's one on the back side, that's a little circular switch that you turn off the battery with. So both of them are protective circuits or whatever. Anyways, and then you can turn it back on, and that's the reset process in reverse order, and that's the reset process for this system. So anyhow, so just look that up, figure out how to reset it properly. A couple of things I've noticed about it. Another thing that happened as a safety feature, which they said doesn't happen all the time, but it did happen. I had some guests, all my stuff shut down. They didn't have well or anything else. Everything on this backup panel that was supposed to be backed up was not working because of a safety feature, I guess, again. But I had to reset the inverter here. Even though my power came back on, it shut everything on this backup panel off. Even though the power to the house went out, and then the power came back on, it wasn't working. I had to do a reset again, because these two items here, this one and this one, lost communication with each other. You'll see a no communication status on this thing or whatever. So I had to go back and reset this. There's a little toggle switch right here in the middle. They're all a little different, but there's a red switch under this one. So again, just the machines are all a little bit different, but the reset's about the same. So I wish I'd known that, because my well, the water, all the main items, the living room, everything that was on this backup panel shut off. So I had to reset it. So a lot of times that's just the problem. It's just a reset. But I mean, these are not things I would expect to have to do every time. So anyways, hopefully this gives you a little insight into it. Good luck.